So my EPQ is titled Astonishing Adults. I did this because every time I show someone a trick, they usually answer with, is that for kids' parties? So I decided to title it Astonishing Adults just to show that magic is much more suited to adults. But really, actually, the topic that I focused on is psychology and magic. The key aspects that a magician will use to make sure that their trick can fool their audience and how they control attention, things like that. Now, I'm going to start off with a trick, and the trick you're about to see is completely credible. I don't want to say it's incredible because then if I don't live up to that, it's not that great. But setting the bar nice and low means that hopefully I'll do better than that. So after giving these cards a nice shuffle, and you can see all the cards are still shuffled up. Nick, would you mind just telling me when to stop? Stop right there. Take a look at that card there. Don't let me see.
So,
yeah, you can show, no, we'll show the camera as well if you'd like to. Show the camera. So, see, I feel bad because I already know that that is the 4 of hearts. So how about, I'll give you another go at that. I'll give the cards a quick cut, just like that. Now, Noble, tell me when to stop as well.
stop.
Right there?
Yep.
Okay, take a look at that card, remember it. And I think you'll find it is the 4 of hearts again. So, how about this one last time actually? I'll make sure it's a nice and free choice. Nick, just hold one finger out like that. Reach out and just touch any card that you'd like. That card there?
Yep.
I think you'll find it is the 4 of hearts again.
I chose that, I don't...
Just there. So the only way I can think of keeping this fair is if I do a casino style wash. See, casinos in Vegas, wherever, they'll leave all the cards on the table and they'll do what's called a casino style wash, as I said, which is muddling up all the cards on the table, meaning no one can control the order of the pack in any way. You guys can come in as well and give them a nice shuffle just like that and carry on. Now, while you guys are shuffling the cards, do you have any idea how many different orders there are you could create from a pack of cards? How many different permutations there are?
Oh, maybe millions. A couple. I was thinking a couple thousand. More than that.
Millions. All right. If you take a seat back down,
okay.
I'll gather these cards up and I'll keep it as fair as possible. Now, so you said thousands.
I thought a couple thousand.
You thought a couple thousand, and you thought millions. Millions. Okay. Well, actually, I think you may see that it's more. Do you think it might be the top or the bottom number?
Oh, I was wrong. But it's got to be probably. I'm thinking top.
Well, actually, you are wrong. It was the bottom number. That's how many different orders you could create from just a pack of cards. To put this into perspective, that's the same as if you had every single person who's ever been alive shuffling a pack of cards for every second since the beginning of time. We'd be about halfway there. Now, this is actually also my prediction. And I predicted the card that I thought you guys were going to shuffle to. Now, you've actually ended up on the underside of the pack with the 8 of spades. And if you take a look, you'll see that you will find the 8 of spades. Now, just to make sure that I'm not doing anything with that 8 of spades, I'm going to ask you guys to sign it. So even if I did know that you were going to choose this card,
we both sign it.
Yeah, both sign it. You can draw whatever you want, a picture, a word, anything.
Can I sign my name?
Yeah. So now, this is a completely unique card. Nothing like it in the entire world. Okay, thank you very much. So I'll leave that down here. We're going to take this 8 of spades right here. You can see it going on top. And I'll cut it, sorry, we'll leave those cards, don't worry. We'll cut it into the pack around there. And you can see, again, we don't know where it is in the pack, so I'm going to use a random card. How about the 6 of clubs? We can take that 6 of clubs from the top of the pack, and hopefully, if we give it a shake, it turns into your 8 of spades.
Signed.
Now I'll take your 8 of spades again, and we'll put it about there, making sure always that you can see the cards that are going on top, and you can see your signatures still on the card.
Yep.
Now the important thing is, you always remember that card, no matter what.
Okay.
But while you're here, do you mind taking a look in that pocket? Make sure it's empty, turn it inside out, and show everyone there is actually nothing inside there. That's the important thing. Happy with that?
I think so. Do you want to feel an oval?
Then you can put it back to normal,
Make sure
just
there's
put
no
it on
trap.
inside.
Make sure there's no
There's
trap
secret
doors.
doors and everything there.
But the one thing I think you may have missed was actually the card in there. Which actually isn't your card, so anyway, maybe it's that one. No, your card was the 8 of spades, wasn't it? The 8 of spades. No, I don't think any of these cards are the 8 of spades. No, nowhere. So, actually the only other card I've got is this one that you've been looking at the entire time. Now it's red, so obviously, yeah, it's not going to be your card, but how about we take a look at it, just in case. And actually, I'll let you unfold that card. Take a look at that card. And it's actually the exact same card, the signed 8 of spades.
But it's red. I don't understand.
Thank you very much. Now, why I find magic so interesting is the amount of psychology used within the trick.
Nah.
See, first of all, magicians control attention. This is misdirection, as you guys would think of it. But being able to control attention means that I can make sure I know where you're looking. Now, for example, you may not really notice that one of my cards has a coin in it. Sorry. One of my hands, I'm holding a coin. Now, because of the way that my hands are moving in a similar fashion, you may not be able to work out which hand that it's in. Now, the coin's over here, which, if you did see, it's not too bad, but if you keep your eye on the coin, I can take it and hopefully make it vanish when it is still over here. Now, this is a very simple trick called a false transfer, making it seem as though I'm putting a coin into one hand when it stays over here. But if I stood still and did the trick like that, it's not very interesting. Whereas if I angle my body over here and draw your attention over to this hand, it seems a lot more convincing as opposed to just kind of standing straight on like that. Now, this applies to the trick that I just did, because at some point I had to fold this card. And to fold this card, I obviously had to crease it in a way that you guys wouldn't be able to see. So when I was asking you to look at this pocket, I created an attended area, something that everyone's focusing on. So while you're looking at that pocket, in the unattended area where no one is focusing, I had the opportunity just to fold this card into quarters, ready to put into the box. Now, also, magicians use things like psychology to be able to create a bigger reaction. Magicians want to be able to create something amazing for the audience. And a famous magician called Kostya Kimlat said that the magic trick happens in the mind of the spectator. The magical effect never actually happens. So if I came out in front of you and talked quite quietly in a monotone voice and I didn't feel interested about my own magic, then you guys aren't going to be interested in the trick that I'm doing. Whereas if I come out in front of you with an energetic voice and I'm excited to show you a trick, then you guys, hopefully, will have a better reaction at the end of the trick. Now, just to finish off, I'm going to do another trick, and I'd like you to try and see if you can work out how I'm doing it and how I'm using psychology to make that trick work.
Yeah.
Now, I'll use this ring. Do you want to make sure that is a normal ring? Just, yeah, take a look at it. Make sure there's no kind of holes, gaps, nothing like that. Not like it's invisible, nothing. So actually, you check the ring, make sure it's completely normal. And I'm going to make the ring vanish, but it will come back and you will see it. So I can take that ring here, and you'll see that slowly, as I rub it together, that ring vanishes completely. Now, obviously it's not gone onto your finger or anything like that, but in my back pocket, I've got my car keys. My car keys, hopefully, you may be able to see, they've got a ring on them. Now that ring right here is exactly the same ring. So I'll put the car keys back in my pocket and I'll show you again. So if I take that back, I'll show you again how the trick's done. I'll try and do it a bit slower so you can keep track. I'll take that ring, I'll put it here, but this time I'm going to place a bet. I'm going to bet that this trick is going to work. So if I slowly, again, make that ring vanish, and in my back pocket I've got my car keys. Ooh, if I can get them out. So, in my back pocket I've got my car keys. And hopefully, is that the ring? No. Actually, I said that I bet my wallet, so how about we take a look in here? You'll see inside this zip, I might have a ring. Right here.
That's the same one that's got a tiny scratch there.
Thank you very much. As you can see, that psychology does have a massive impact on magic. Without it, the moment created wouldn't be astonishing. Thank you very much.